I spotted a millionaire at Dollar Tree last week, loading up on cleaning supplies and storage containers. That's not an anomaly, there's a financial strategy behind it that most people completely miss. While everyone else argues about whether rich people should shop at discount stores, millionaires are quietly using these trips to reinforce the exact mindset that made them wealthy in the first place. That millionaire at Dollar Tree wasn't just saving $5 on cleaning supplies. They were running a mental calculation that most of us never even consider. Wealthy people think in terms of opportunity cost. What they're giving up in order to make a financial decision. With opportunity cost in mind, each dollar spent is thought out more thoroughly. When someone loads up on dollar store basics, they're not being cheap. They're being strategic about every single purchase decision. Here's the calculation. Wealthy people literally evaluate what money could become instead of what it could buy right now. Instead of impulsively buying a new luxury car, a millionaire asks, if I invest this $60,000 instead, what could it be worth in 10 years? At an 8% compound annual return, that $60,000 becomes roughly $130,000. That same math applies to everything, even household items. The real insight nobody talks about. It's not about the $5 saved on cleaning products. It's about the compound effect of treating every dollar like it has a job to do. That person at Dollar Tree probably calculated that the $20 saved on household basics, invested instead of spent on brand names, could become $200 over the next decade. They're not thinking about the immediate purchase. They're thinking about what that money could be working on instead. The math gets wild when you start applying this to everything. Instead of spending $5,000 on a vacation, they consider, could this money be better used to acquire an asset that will generate returns to help take care of my retirement? But here's the key part that separates actual wealthy behavior from penny pinching. This doesn't mean they never spend money on nice things. They spend strategically, only after ensuring their core wealth-building goals are met. This is where most people get the wealthy shopping habits completely backwards. They see someone with money shopping at discount stores and think it's contradictory. But that person is operating from a completely different framework. Every purchase decision runs through the same filter. What is this money's highest and best use right now? Most of us think about money as something to spend or save. Wealthy people think about money as something that should always be working. When they're buying generic paper towels instead of the premium brand, they're not being frugal. They're being intentional about where their money gets deployed. The $15 saved on household items isn't sitting in a checking account doing nothing. It's getting invested where it can compound and grow. Millionaires spend most of their lives sacrificing temporary pleasures for long-term success. What's fascinating is how this creates a completely different relationship with money. Most people see money as something that flows in and flows out. Wealthy people see money as something that should always be working toward a goal. When they choose generic paper towels over premium brands, they're not thinking about the $15 saved. They're thinking about what that $15 can become when it's invested and compounded over time. The Dollar Tree shopping habit reveals the real secret behind generational wealth. It's not about the individual purchases. It's about maintaining the mindset that views every dollar as having potential. When you stop thinking that way, when you start making financial decisions based on what you can afford rather than what money could become, that's when wealth starts to erode. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of generational wealth. When people start earning more, they almost automatically start spending more. The wealthy person at Dollar Tree is actively resisting that gravitational pull. They understand that every upgrade in lifestyle creates a new baseline of expenses that becomes harder and harder to scale back. The premium cleaning products might seem harmless, but they represent a mindset shift from optimization to convenience. Once you start making financial decisions based on convenience rather than value, you're on a slippery slope toward the kind of spending that can destroy wealth over time. This is why that millionaire wasn't just buying cleaning supplies, they were reinforcing the exact neural pathways that built their wealth in the first place. Every time they choose value over convenience, they're strengthening the mental muscle that separates wealth builders from wealth spenders. The Dollar Tree trip is practice for the bigger decisions. Choosing a reliable used car over a luxury lease, buying a house they can afford rather than the biggest one the bank will approve, investing the difference instead of upgrading their lifestyle. The real genius is how this approach scales across every aspect of their financial life. They apply the same opportunity cost thinking to everything: vacations, restaurants, clothing, entertainment, not because they're cheap, but because they've trained themselves to see money as a tool that should always be working toward their long-term goals. When you think that way consistently, wealth becomes almost inevitable. Subscribe for more wealth psychology. And if you are getting value from this video, I would truly appreciate to smash the like button and send this video to a friend or to someone who can find this information useful. Until the next time, build wealth with Angelo. Peace.